So in this video, we'll be discussing LeetCode 191, that is a part of line 75. This problem states that write a function that takes the binary representation of an unsigned integer and returns the number of 1 bits it has. So as we all know, every number that is an integer can be converted into binary, and it is in form of zeros and ones. You are given an unsigned integer, that is positive integer, and then you have to count the number of ones in the binary representation. The number of ones in binary representation. So the basic idea is that you'll receive an integer, you have to convert it into binary, and then count the number of ones in it. So, and I'll be implementing the solution in Python. So the very first step when you get an integer n is to convert it into binary. In Python, you can do it using bin. Now, mind you, the thing you get is the binary representation. You have to parse through it and then get the ones in it. Now to parse through it, we need to convert it into string. So for that, we write str in the thing that is here. So we get the binary value in form of string. So for instance, 11 will be 0 b, something like this. We can parse through it and count the number of ones. So counting ones in this is pretty easy. Uh, you initialize an counter I, you pass through the complete string, and for every n of I that is equal to 1, you increment the counter by 1, and then at the end you return the count. Now let's solve it in LeetCode. Now here we can see the problem. Now given is an integer n. Now let's check what is the form of n that we have. Do we get it in binary or do we get it in integer? As you can see, it's in integer form. It is not in binary. So we have to convert it in binary. So n is equal to bin n. Now let's print n again and see what we get. Now whatever the form is, I don't care. I just have to count once. So it doesn't matter if there's b in here. Now I converted into string. Now for I in range, the length of n. So that is length of n if n of I is equal to 1. Now not equal to, you have to provide single quotes because this is something we are comparing it through string. So that is why we need single quotes. We'll initialize a variable count. Now let's print count before we return it to just check if we get it right. Yep, I think it is right. So instead of print, we write return. Now let's try and submit it and check. Yep, it goes through. So this solution is in O of n because you have to parse it through every string and you have to parse through each and every character of the string until it ends. So n characters of n time, and O of n space, because of one space, as in just take O of n time, because you have to pass through each and every character of the string, and O of n space because you're converting the whole. Now this takes O of n time because we have to pass through each and every character that is present in the string, and O of one time. The following solution takes O of n time because we have to parse each and every character that is present in the string, and this takes O of one space because we aren't storing it every time, it's incrementing the counter. And as you can see, it performs pretty well. It is faster than 52% and the memory is 61%. So it is somewhat doable and it's quite simple to understand. So that's it for this problem. Like and subscribe.